In the year Tovshin Lamed, 1969, there was a Farbrengen, the night of the fifth Lichtel of Chanukah. And in that Farbrengen, the Rebbe spoke about the Minik Chabad, that we light the menorah by the door, not by the window to the street. And the reason the Rebbe spoke about it, that Farbrengen was known, because that year, Rabbi Rivkin, Berel Rivkin, who was one of the elder Chassidim, just moved into the corner building on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. And Friday night, when the Rebbe went home, he saw that his menorah was in the window. And that's why the Rebbe spoke about it on the fifth Lichtel. And the Rebbe explained that even though the Gemara says that you have to light the menorah al Pesach Beisei Mibachutz, by the door towards the outside, and then it says in the Braise in the Gemara, brought on the Shechnoro, that if you can't do it there, then you should do it by the window. Nevertheless, the meaning of the Rabbeim was, and so too the meaning of all Chassidim will follow the Rabbeim, to light it not by the window, not by the door to the outside, but the door between one room and another, or between the room and a hallway, etc. And they would light it there. And the Rebbe said he saw that by the Frierdiker Rebbe, Sai when he was in America, Sai earlier when he lived in Poland, lived in Lite, in Riga, and there you can't say the reason was because it was dangerous. Mainly in Russia, you could say the reason he didn't light it by the window to the outside because it was dangerous from the communists. But in these places, certainly America, it wasn't dangerous. So therefore, it must be because there's a reason for it. And since the Rabbeim did it, therefore Chassidim do the same way. But the Rebbe said we have to understand why they did it that way. And the Rebbe said that there is a reason al pi remez, al pi sod, but also al pi nigla. He says, because many times when you light it by the window, the place where the window is more than 20 ames from the floor of the outside. And the menorah that's more than 20 ames high is possible. So therefore, if you want to do it for the sake of the people from the outside should see it, it's more than 20 ames, it's possible. Even if the window is lower than 20 ames, but many menorahs have a back. So therefore, how are you going to light it? If you're going to light it with the candles facing the outside, so then the back of the menorah will block it, that the people from inside, the Bnei Bayis, the family members, won't be able to see it. Not only that, when you light the menorah, you'll have to bend over and light the menorah over the back to the outside, which is not so easy, and you got to be careful, your beard shouldn't catch fire. The Rebbe said, Elamai, you should turn it around the other way. It should face the people inside the house, and the back will be to the outside. So what's the purpose of lighting it by the window? To light it towards the people inside and then turn it around is also not right the way that Rebbe brought out. So therefore, the best way to do it is to light it by the door inside the house, even though it's a door between one room and another, or between the room and a hallway. And the Rebbe said this is all the discussion about the Inyan, and there's more Inyanim about it, but Lepel Mamish Maisarav, that Rabbeim did it that way, and we even find in Svarim that not only our Rabbeim, but other Talmidei Al Shem Tov did it that way, so therefore you have to do it. And the Rebbe said, therefore it's a pelle on anybody who would do differently. And we assume that the Rebbe meant when he saw this in the window of Rabbi Rivkin on the corner house, Eastern Park in Brooklyn. After Farbrengen, the Rebbe gave over that the Nekuda of this Sicha should be written up in short and given into the Rebbe to be Magia. And the Taka was written up and given into the Rebbe to be Magia. And what the Rebbe did was he added this as a Heisofe to a letter that he wrote. That year, Zeis Chanukah, the Rebbe wrote a Kloli Proti. Kloli Proti are these letters that the Rebbe would write the same Loshen to many people, but in every one, to each individual, he would add some detail that was negated to that person. But the general Loshen was for everybody the same. That's called the Kloli Proti. And that was Zeis Chanukah Tovshin Lamed. So in that letter, there is a Heisofe called Heisofe La'achar Zman, a Yisofa that's added later, and there's a Nekuda of this Sicha. And this letter, this Sicha, that's Hemshech to this letter, is printed in Lekutei Sichas Chelik Hey, page 456, and later on in the Igris of the year Tovshin Lamed, page Reish Samach Dalet. That's where you have this Heisofa La'achar Zman that the Rebbe added here. But it all came from this Farbrengen of Ner Hey de Chanukah, Tovshin Lamed.